give my homie another round of applause. Boy, he's so cool. I'm sitting over here taking notes. I'm getting my education, brother. Now watch this thing right here called education. We talked about schooling versus education. And I see some Negroes saying he sound like Bernie Mac. I see it. Welcome to Mr. Walker's domain. Did y'all feel the energy in the room? Yeah. Now watch this right here. Mom and dad, when he said, young Scooter, I can make cocaine. I'm dead sick. This was being pumped in their ears when they're walking down the hall and you come up to the school and say, you took my son's phone. I saved your son's life. Wow. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling this side over here. Greg, your side's weak. So Greg, let me do this right quick, Greg. I gotta ask this question right here. DB, do you think they're ready? Do y'all want mildew or barbecue? Oh, I need somebody to come back to me. Do you want mildew or barbecue? Greg, your folk can cry. So I'm going to talk this way now. Mildew or barbecue? Barbecue. Now when I get ready to take off this jacket, it's going to be barbecue time. So right now it's mildew time because I got to get everybody. That's what you said about the classroom, right? So we can't school some. We just can't school Greg Street some because he's Greg Street. What about the young Negro who doesn't have a mama or a daddy who's coming up to the school? Not because she's not concerned. Because she works 2 jobs. Isn't that perception piece you were talking about? See, don't take the notes, brother. My speech is going to piggyback off everything you said. Do y'all remember they talked about Dr. Keene? Because we're talking about the 50th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. They said Dr. Keene was so moved by the Spirit that he moved his notes to the side. You have the baddest educator in the world before you, and our kids are crying out to connect the dots. And here's my speech. The C in care, because all I'm going to talk about is care. Connect the dots. Ask the right questions. Relate to them. But the E is the most important one. And I need everybody to see me when I say the E. Expect more from them than they expect from themselves. Jack is about to come on, brother. I feel it. So I need to give you some norms. You guys know what norms are, right? Yes. And I'm going to tell you some of the norms. If I was in my classroom right now, I would ask all the Negroes on the back row to move to the front. So we're going to have school because you tell your kids, don't be in the back of the room, boy. Go up to the front. So I need everybody, if there's an empty chair, move up towards the front. These are what we call norms. This is what you ask for your children to do, but look at the example. That's what you were talking about. Greg, you said, why don't they read? If my mama don't read, why am I going to read? If my daddy doesn't read, why am I going to read? Look at where they get their examples from. You see? Look at this right here, Greg. These are grown folks. I asked them to move, and what did they do? But we do not have the same respect for the young people in our schools. We will say stuff like this right here, Dr. Bass. These young folks these days. Oh, this thing about to get serious up in here. I am the realest motivator and eternal educator. Realest motivator. And I'm about to take this jacket off, Red. I'm already on fire. I started out at 60. And when Negroes come to my class every day, is it okay if I say Negroes? Because a woman from the State Department told me one day, she told my principal first. He referred to his students as Negroes. And I did. And she said, people think they can just come and teach all kids any kind of way. They can say all kinds of stuff. I said, are you well versed in the National Association of Colored People? National Association of the Advancement of Colored People for the Advancement, NAACP. I think colored people is worse than Negroes. So if I had to say, y'all, colored people, would that have been okay? Is it just me, or is it a group called, or an organization, since we talk about organization, I was taking my notes, the United Negro Cotton Fund. But you're going to tell the realest motivator, he can't call Negroes in Zone 3 Negro? If I say some stuff you like, I need you to say click. Let's try this thing. I just said something you like. I need you to say what? Hello, this is a group. Oh, J-Dub, this is the group. That's my brother, my videographer in the back. Everybody give J-Dub a round of applause. Now, if I say some stuff, Joe, that you really, really like, I need you to say click, click. Now, Walt just went ham. I just went hard in the paint. I need you to say what? Click. Time to come out the jacket. Is that all right, y'all? Let's connect the dots. Tunji, I think you mentioned something about the dear brother Pythagoras. So, Greg, you're going to understand why I have all these books. The Stolen Legacy. I put this on the document camera for the old school people. You know, we had the overhead projectors. So y'all don't even know what a document camera is, probably. You just sit the book underneath the camera and look at, Tunji, how my books, you got me out of order, but I'm going to have to go to my E, but I'm going to connect the dots. I'll just make it to C. Is that okay? On the back of this book, one of the essential questions that's being asked. Who taught Herodotus, Pythagoras, and Hippocrates? If we make an inference, we could infer that each of these gentlemen were taught by someone from Egypt. So in my class jihad this week, we're talking about Alexander the Great. Alexander was taught by a gentleman who I respect named Aristotle. Aristotle is quoted as saying, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So if you are excellent at learning everyone's history except for your own, it will become so natural that you'll be doing it and it will be a habit before you know it. Am I doing okay following your lesson? What do they say about the dear scholar Aristotle here? And you know legacy, is everybody familiar with the word legacy? Because Mr. Tunji said you can't take anything for granted. Well, I'm following your outline well, right? Is everyone familiar with legacy? Here's the essential question from the Stolen Legacy. Did Aristotle write over 1,000 books, or were they stolen from an Egyptian university? I like these double clicks. Ooh, I'll get some double click, boy. If I was getting paid for every click. Now, you know you get paid for clicks online, right? I need someone to start screaming this thing right now so I can get paid for these clicks. Bullet, am I on there, Bullet? Am I connecting the dots? And here's the last thing I want you guys to think about right here. The author, Mr. James, they said, why was James' research of 1954 buried? Now, what was going on in your lesson in 1954? You mentioned this. I heard somebody say it. Brown versus Board of Education. Now, I need you guys to ride with me right quick to North Atlanta. I'm about to clutch them on some toes. I know it. North Atlanta has a building.
Talk here, man.
$150 million building. But I just happen to be educated at South Atlanta. And we do not have functioning copy machines in the third week of school. Am I connecting the dots? Kevin, you're taking me all out of order here. I think I got to connect before I ask this question. Can I stay out of order, Kevin? Can I stay out of order for a second? So y'all notice I have my book set up. Connect the dots. Ask the right questions. Relate to them. Expect more from them than they expect from themselves. If I know you well, Cambone, you should have been working with me. So I need these people to see the imagery. This is for my visual learners. I need you to move this with me, come on. Connect the dots. Stay with me. Ask the right questions. Relate to them. Are you moving the camera? Are you moving this thing here? Oh, see, this is what our kids do. You give a Negro the remote control and they can take over. Can I get a student to come up here and replace this? All this talk about the Philippines. We need to learn all the history. Grandma Bowman would have slapped the hell out of him that day. Y'all know Grandma Bowman, don't you? Terry Bowman loves the Grandma Bowman. Yes, I had a grandma too. I can't even quote half the stuff she said. Grandma Bowman had some good stuff. My grandma's name was Reed off Brooks. Ran a liquor house. Yeah, that's a part of my education, kept on. I can pour $2 shot in the dark. Y'all see how we do this relay part right here? I know I'm talking out all a little bit now, it's okay. Well, how am I doing on the time? Am I okay on the time? 19? Yes. I even got Negroes working for me on the clock. Oh, but you got to ask the right questions. This brother right here, now we're about to start our own business called Take Your Sons. And we want to take our sons everywhere. And this vision comes from one of our brothers, Dr. Gary White, who talks about restoring the black family. And man, I was doing such a great job in the schools. And one day my wife said, what about those kids? Oh, she said, Negro, I'm not your audience. So you guys are clapping and clicking. She wasn't clicking or clapping. Now, I thought she could make something click and clap. Oh, look at her say, oh. But she knew she couldn't get away with a stand your ground law. Y'all don't see I'm just sliding some stuff in here. I said, some stuff when you're teaching your kids because you need them to go home and be safe from their parents who are weak. Be safe from their parents who are going to say, is that in the curriculum? See, I need you guys to know who I am. I was fired from Fulton County School in about 2004 because they said I was teaching too much black history. See, a lot of you guys will see the face and you will say, that is him. That's when those children walked out of school. And if you know anything about Cleveland or Cleveland, depending on if your son is a blood or a crip, I need to go back and start this over because kept on, I don't think they got that. I got to connect the dots. Let me see how I want to connect these dots because I know there's about 17 minutes. I said Cleveland or Cleveland. And young Negroes think teachers didn't grow up in the streets. So when you come in my classroom and you write in red and you assume I don't know that you're flaming and you put those 5s on the paper instead of an S. Play up. Ain't no 5 popping up again. And let me make sure all y'all Crips over here, as well as my folks, because I'm down with the folk nation, I know about the 8 ball. We can throw the things up. We can put the things together. We can form the 8 ball. And please know I've been blessed. I have actually traveled because of the government of Bermuda to their island to do game trainings. And a lot of times the people who you work for don't even know your skill sets. And when you tell them we have a game problem here, because we don't want to scare the few parents who come to PTA. Most parents want to know this stuff. My brother said we don't have goals at the PTA meeting. That's why they don't come. So what is a goal? Because I'm going to hit you with this black man right here down in Birmingham, Alabama, and you're going to see how it all connects. And it's not through Rick Ross selling cocaine. This brother's name is A.G. Gaston. Oh, Brother Ray, you got to read this. It's called Black Titan. Now watch how deep this gets. We're talking about schooling versus education. I told my students that this brother right here dropped out of school, but he started his own business college. Hold up, Walt. You can't start a college if you dropped out of school. I said, yes, you can. He did. This is another part of the stolen legacy. Why isn't he in the Georgia performance standards? said something, brother, that got my attention because I was taking notes. You see, I was taking copious notes. I was meticulous. I got Scooter here, Black Wall Street. I'm gonna come back to A.G. Gaston. Any of y'all watch the show, Marion, the Game? If you don't watch it, it's not a bad show. It's better than Love and Hip Hop. It's real. And Game has a record label called Black Wall Street. And young Negroes who are plugged in do not even know this is Black Wall Street. Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of the worst terrorist attack on American soil. Why don't our kids know about this attack? 9/11 was important, but not Tulsa, because we tell the truth. DB, this is a little too much truth. DB, is this too much truth? Can I keep the pedal to the metal? They had their own banks. They had their own churches. They had their own schools where they were educated. They had their own grocery stores. And they say, and I'm not a math man, but Brother Fred, help me if I kind of go on course. They say the dollar circulated between 40 and 100 times in the community before $1 ever left. We can't get black kids to learn this kind of stuff because they might become a little too educated and want to spend money with themselves. Am I following you up pretty good? Where do you want me to go, Kimbone? Connect the dots, ask the right questions, or relate, or expect. Just what you got? Can you relate? Y'all don't see this tag teaming going on here, do you? See, this is what master educators do. We're not concerned about knowing the content and dropping it in. We're concerned about them learning the content and us pulling it out. So here's the question I'm going to ask, since I got to relate, Kimbone. You got me on that one. Dick Gregory, nigger. Oh, I know we can say the N-word, can we? But Dick Gregory was saying the N-word way back in the days. And you got Negroes still having debates about the N-word. Now watch this here. You talking to relate, you set this up. I'm gonna blow your brains out your head, sister. I can't let you do that, my nigga. I need y'all to get this piece. I'm gonna blow your brains out your head, sister. I can't let you do that, my nigga. We are majoring in the minor. If I'm going to relate to him, I might have, I'm gonna make cocaine on the board the first day of school because I need to what? Relate to him. And once I can relate, I need y'all to really give me some feedback here. Because this is one of my students at Emory University right now on a full 4-year scholarship. I'm going to put on Front Street. Give her a round of applause. I'm celebrating all my people. $205,000 scholarship. And I remember our first encounter, she had that thing going on. No ma'am, sister. I might have said nigga. I'll walk 100, I'm telling you. And if you want to take me to the board of education, if I fight a whole school system, you think I'm scared to go back down there? Negro took me to the OIR. Girl said I mushed her in the face. Daddy came up to the school with a 7-4 tattoo on his neck. He said, bro, if she had disrespected you, she would have spit in your face. This is what the daddy is saying. He didn't say, Mr. Walker, what's going on, brother? Bro, if she had disrespected you, she would have spit in your face. I said, no, bro. If she had spit on me, you would have been picking up from Grayling. The next set of lights we were going to see was, welcome to Grayling Memorial Hospital. I had to go back and connect some dots right there. Negroes get it wrong sometime up in here. Lady had the nerve and shame to tell me that I got a star in your age. I said, just to do us any kind of way, brother. His thing is sad. I know you're a psychologist. She's probably analyzing me like that brother needs help. Come on, take me somewhere, man. I need these books to be going, come on. All right, we down. Thank you, Miss White. Miss White, you know how we do. We started this thing late, so I'm going to give myself 5 more. Can I give myself 5 more? Yeah. Wait, 5 more. Give me 5. Crowd even said, click on that. Hey, thank you, crowd. Come on over here. Expect more from them than they expect from themselves. Woo! Any people here know about track and field? Yeah. Anybody familiar with the high jump? Now, you might want to write this one down. You cannot high jump if the bar you hard is set too low. Boy, these folks, I got the boo crowd, the yeah. Some folks want to say yeah my N word, but they just don't want about to see them say it in public. If you want to say yeah my N word, when I walk by, just shoot the deuce to me. Just shoot the deuce to me. I know y'all say that was stupid. That was a fool. And you know what I'm saying? It's true. Come on, now watch this right here. This is what my first assignment was, and this is one of those assignments where they talk about rigor, right? Yeah. They talk about challenging the students. They talk about students being good writers. So I got my students doing a combination of a lot of different things here, Bro Bill. So I started out by asking them to look up and do research. In the word research, you got to understand the prefix read means to do again. Negroes have been schooled to think that research means if I look in one book and can't find it, I stop looking. They call it research because if you look in one book and you don't see it, you got to look again. Again, research. Now this guy I'm about to mention, he's not in the standards. We call him Shaka Zulu. Not your Shaka Zulu. I know y'all got homeboys in the name Shaka Zulu. And you know what? I get it now. I just had a light bulb moment. My student said, Shaka Zulu went to court? I said, hell no. Hey, I get it now. You know what I'm talking about, that bro? I wasn't relating. I wasn't connecting the dots. They're talking about Shaka Zulu in the music industry. I gotta go back and apologize to my students. I told them they could never catch me slipping. And the Negro was serious, Prince Leopold, attorney. The Negro said, yes it is. It's right here. I said, Bird Clark had not even been developed in. Didn't I tell y'all we're gonna barbecue in here? Am I cooking pretty good right now? So we got Shaka Zulu, but that's not good enough, Chris. I need them to be challenged. So I asked him about this beautiful brother name, and he's not a brother, but he's in between. Ivan the Terrible. I need you to understand. We're hooking some stuff onto these names. You got Shaka Zulu with nothing. You got Ivan with terror. And you got Alexander the who? Great. Now watch how intelligent our children are when we don't ram the standard down their head. We throw a question out there like this right here. Do they have anything in common? Like man. So the young lady, I didn't say this, y'all know what I'm doing? All I do is ask questions. The young lady said, hold up, Walt. Well, we got a whole section on Hitler. We got a whole section on Columbus. And you can't discover V103 bread if you already in the studio, right? This thing is not as deep as they want our kids to think it is. And all you got to do is get Howard Zinn's book of People's History of the United States. This white boy tears Columbus up. And when I went to the AP US History thing, I said, I want to use this text for my book this year. Oh no, that's too liberal, Mr. Walker. Because he talks about Columbus chopping off hands. The Arab women would rather kill their children than to let them go into bondage or to be enslaved. Can you imagine being in my classroom, getting 90 minutes of this 100-mile-per-hour lesson? I'm getting drunk right now. I'm ready to go home and get ready for tomorrow because I got some stuff I want to do. But you're a basketball man, right? Is D. Rice here? D. Rice, wave your hand, D. Rice. D. Rice, this is what I tell my students once I really they get to know about week 9. I do this right here one day in class for no reason. They say, well, what's up, man? Yike? Y'all didn't hear what they say. Yike? I said, you didn't even know. I feel some kind of way too, Capone. I was like, I am the Air Jordan of education, and sometimes this thing just take control of us. I'm dishing that thing, D, right? I'm just kicking that thing out down the wind and Scott pivot and say, do it, Scott. But watch what this beautiful young sister said to her. She said, Mr. Walker, if Ivan was a mass murderer, Alex was a mass murderer, and Shaka was a mass murderer, why is Alex great and Ivan is terrible? So then you have to start teaching a little geography, and you can't do it the way they teach us to do it. Folks will walk into my classroom and say, you're spending too much time on the opening. If a Negro has not heard of Ivan, I can't rush past that. If you've never heard of Shaka, I can't rush past that. And most of these folks, your heart has never taught school. Wow. What's the Secretary of State's name you mention all the time? Arnie Duncan, but the lady before him? This lady was a nurse, wasn't she? A substitute teacher. A substitute teacher. I knew you had that. Y'all see how I set that up? Do y'all know any substitute teachers? When I had a substitute teacher today, she didn't even know my name. She just said, sir, could you get him out of here? Well, I know I'm down about 8 minutes away. I said, ma'am, who do you think I am? She said, I don't know, but he in there hiding somewhere. Get ready for another one, Mom. I said, hell, I'm nervous if he in there hiding. I said, my strap in the car. And you think there's a secret? Let me ease out to the car right quick, brother. I can lock and load. And they let that white boy make it up in the school with an AK-47. Now what? Oh, that's your school? This is the question I asked before school started, y'all. Y'all see, am I relating to everybody here, parents? I asked this question before school started. I said, being that I'm a street Negro from the country. See, people think the country was slow. I said, y'all talk fast in the city, but we listen slow. So we hear it just like the state. I said, being that Grandma Reed ran the liquor house, she taught us how to deal with Negroes who think they slick. And if I know you turn the middle detector off at 9 o'clock, I'm not coming up to the school with my strap until 9:15. Now watch how deep this gets. You're searching and checking all of the students, thank you, Bros, but you never check the guests. And you place that 9/11 fear in the parents. So you justify putting more police on campus. So when people ride up to my school, South Atlanta, they see police cars and metal detectors and teachers standing there with the wand, and we don't even know what we're doing. No or low barrels. I got 4 minutes and 30 seconds, y'all. Get ready to bring this thing to a close. But watch this right here, big bro. And y'all don't think I'm answering these questions. I said, so what exactly are you asking me to do, Saber, if I see a Negro with a loaded 9mm in his bag? This is how I dismiss my classes. And my students know the deuces dismiss. And we were going through a drill. I had a hook on the board, asking them what we should do if someone comes in with an AK-47. I'm not trying to talk them down. I told my students we're going to listen carefully. Y'all see how we're going to connect these dots? We're going to ask the right question. Hey, y'all, we on the 2nd floor. Anybody scared to jump? We're going to relate to them, so she can shake her head like that, like, I went this fool with my teacher. Now watch me relate to a little sister. If I say the deuce is dismissed, right? I say if Mr. Walker hit a gunshot getting too close. I don't care about cold red and all that. And I throw them deuces in there and I'm walking to that door. You better come on, we're going to freedom land. We take that thing all the way to freedom land, Joe. I see you back there. I got 2 more of my students, both college men right here. Brothers building up brothers, my organization stand up right quick. Everything I touch turns to gold. I know that sounds a little arrogant and a little cocky, but everything I touch turns to gold. I have the best students in the world, and that makes me the best teacher in the world. Hold on, I got 3 minutes left, I know. No, Bozeman, Rob, give some time back there, boy. We got two signs going up. Bozeman hit me with that too much truth sign. He like, we're paying for this venue. So they're gonna shut us down anyway. They're called pulling the plug. Y'all know what it's called. Come on, give me one more so these people. This is one right here. Once they believe in themselves, it's like a wild pack of wolves who can't be contained. And when you ask me, how did you get 400 students to march down Cleveland Avenue to the superintendent's office on your behalf? I say, the day I taught them to think. And I have to give credit to one of my white brothers, Henry Ford, because y'all won't clap unless I give the brothers from Europe some credit. Henry Ford says it this way: the hardest work in the world is thinking. That's why so few people do it. So the next time your child say, I do all the work, he just wears a suit. Why he get paid all the money? Because you are the worker and he is the thinker. See, it takes a lot of thinking to make sure we have a bridge strong enough to hold all of you Negroes when you're going home tonight. But we can almost find anyone, immigrants, Negroes out of work, they go out there and do the work. 2 minutes left, boys. Come on, this is what I'm going to do in my last 2 minutes, man. I have a quick plug I want to do. Sister Jackie Jane, will you stand up right quick? Please. And I'm going to embarrass her just a little bit. She has a book series called Friends of Martin Luther King. And C.T. Vivian, who will be honored in Washington, D.C., is the first one that she wrote. But here's the killer part about it. The illustrator of this book is a student from there. I will leave you with these words right here. There's 3 of them. I see the man walking towards the mic. If you do what you ought to do, when you ought to do it, the day will come when you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it. I'm Keene, walking the rhythm motivated Victoria.
Can I give them a round of applause? Before we get out of here, I want to say one thing here. I spent a lot of time in the public school systems all over the city, and we have a lot of amazing educators in our school systems, but they need us. They need us. You got Dr. Webb Brady at Cleveland Avenue Elementary School in the hood in Zone 3. She's been there 18, 19 years at one school. You don't get that no more. I got a whole list of it. We have a lot of amazing teachers who came back to the community to dedicate their lives to the education of our kids, but they need us, and I want you to give them a round of applause. He has some experience here, but you know, one of my homeboys, we kind of mentored a kid from Cleveland Avenue, from South Atlanta. He graduated 2 years ago. Everybody talk about these rappers and what they doing in music. James Atkins from South Atlanta High School, single parent household, raised by his daddy, goes to 2 colleges at one time. He goes to Morehouse and Georgia State, $1.4 billion in scholarships from South Atlanta High School. From Zone 3. So it's not just about the geographical area where you are, it's about, we got to get involved in what's going on, because like I said, we have a lot of amazing, because they deal with some stuff y'all won't believe. It's crazy now in schools. If you've been on high school campus in the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you in for a surprise. I'm talking about their cousin, teachers cussing the students cussing while the teacher talking, and it's normal. I'm on my iPhone, so we got to get out here and get involved and really let these kids understand what this is really, really all about before it's too late. Y'all give them another round of applause.